Joining us now with more reaction, the one and only Louisiana Senator John Kennedy is with us. Senator, great to have you. Is it true, any truth to the rumor that you just joined the TikTok family 2 days ago?
Yeah, I did, Sean, I confess. Up until recently, they wouldn't allow a Senate rules to be on TikTok, but now we can, and I just joined. My staff came to me and said I needed to join, and so I have joined, and I'm going to, I don't know, talk about, to the extent that people care, what it's like to be a senator, and I may show some videos of other senators, and my supreme goal is to capture a video of Senator Graham picking his nose, and when I do, I'll put it up and show it to you.
Why are you picking on Senator Graham? He's your buddy.
He is my buddy. He's just so easy, you know, to pick on. I love Lindsey.
Well, I would imagine some of the main targets are going to be AOC and the squad members.
I may have something to say about them.
Oh, I think I'd bet on it. No, I don't think there's any doubt about it.
It'll be some serious stuff, too. For example, Iran. This is serious stuff.
Okay, let's talk about Iran. Now, the president said to get smart soon. The president also said, and Central Command is now saying, that they are preparing short, powerful waves of strikes now on top of the very successful blockade that has been going on. I think the time has probably come to go back to that. The president said we hit 75% of our military targets. We stopped at that point. They could wipe out that 25% in next to no time. Maybe that is the only language these people understand.
Well, here's what I've learned from our conflict with Iran. Number one, with Iran, if you turn the other cheek, they just stab you in the neck. You can't trust them. Number two, whether you like him or not, any fair-minded person would have to conclude that President Trump has oranges the size of beach balls. He truly is tough as a pine knot, and it's clear to me that in defense of America, he will eat your liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti. The whole world knows now that America will fight, and everybody's paying attention, including our enemies and especially Iran. Number three. Look, I support the blockade. I think it was a really smart move. I think we should continue it for a reasonable period of time. But honestly, we could come home tomorrow, and I think that same fair-minded person would have to conclude that we've won. And let me tell you why I say that. Why did we go in? We destroyed most of Iran's nuclear weapons program last June when we bombed them. But our spies picked up that Iran, after that, decided to change their plan. Their new plan was to produce so many missiles, ballistic, cruise, and drones, stockpile so many missiles that they could turn to America and say, look, we're going to restart our nuclear program, and if you bomb us again, you can, but we're going to destroy the Middle East with our stockpile of missiles. And by the way, we can hit Berlin and London and Paris. Now, we couldn't let that happen, and President Trump didn't let that happen. And I don't think the American people fully understand what we have done to Iran. I hated to do it, but it's like the aftermath of a collision between the Hindenburg and the Titanic. I mean, it's something like out of Mad Max 4. It'll be 15 years before Iran can come back, and the blockade is going to further undermine their ability to produce nuclear weapons.
What about the 60% enriched uranium, what the president affectionately calls dust?
Well, I'm not saying that we shouldn't continue the blockade. I think it's clearly been effective. But look, Iran is we have gutted them like a fish. their air defenses are gone. If we came home tomorrow, I would consider it a victory, because if Iran ever starts doing anything with that fissile material, which is buried God only knows how many feet below the surface of the earth, we can go in at any moment and bomb them again. And that's why I say the blockade is, I hate to put it this way, sort of icing on the cake, and the president's going for more concessions, and I think he should. Don't misunderstand me. But we have accomplished what we went in there for. And
well, let me ask you this. What about the free flow of oil at market prices? We don't get our oil from there. We don't get any energy out of the Strait of Hormuz. Other countries do. Yeah. Unless we keep up that blockade, I assume by your comments that you are suggesting the blockade remain in place. Am I wrong?
No, that's correct.
Okay, so at that point, that means the strait would remain closed. It doesn't mean we won't find alternate routes. We will. Doesn't mean that countries won't buy more American oil and liquefied natural gas. They will. However, that might artificially keep energy prices up, at least in the short term. I don't think the best outcome. I think the best outcome is the Iranians surrender the dust. They get to have an economy. If not, we can obliterate them. We still could hit major targets and make sure they could never be a threat to the free world for the next century if we want to.
That's all true. But it has had an impact on the price of oil and natural gas. Now, I don't know if I can put it this way on TV, but I'm going to do it.
Go ahead. You do it.
The president has Iran by the yin-yang. I mean, there's nothing going in and there's nothing coming out. The only source of revenue that Iran has is the sale of oil, and they can't sell a drop. And they have to continue producing, because if they shut down their wells, as they may have to, because of the low pressure, they'll never get them started again. And I think another 2 to 3 weeks of this blockade, I think the Supreme Leader and the Revolutionary Guard, they're going to have an epiphany and be born again. I'm just saying that everybody in the press is saying, well, we have to have taken their fissile material before we can have a victory, or those that are saying there has to be a regime change before we have a victory. I don't think that's accurate. I think we've won. Now, the president wants more.
Do you think we can entomb that? Could we entomb? We know where it is.
Well, we don't know where all of it is, but we know where most of it is. But the point is that we have devastated the public and private sector so extensively. They have no military left. They have no air defenses. Our intelligence and Israeli intelligence is great. The moment Iran starts back, restarting its nuclear program,